Snowhawks. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down, it's Taylor. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover, too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the second level. And now you've got a big place to run the football.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 14 on that one, and a first down. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. 3 yards to gain there, 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does, and in practice it wasn't about a lot of big shots on an opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are, and you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Watson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Here's Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked him, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
They'll take over.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Taylor. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
It's now 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially to play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Makes the score Seahawks.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
31-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome. It's a fumble, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Watson. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. For Kidder here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
It's a gain of 5.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down. On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's third down.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Following the interception, Mayfield. A very quick pass to Ridley. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And his guys have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
30-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
3-yard gain on the
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. Now Watson throws another interception. Put up by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will score. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Hawks 14. Seahawks 3.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Seahawks.
On first down, Watson. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. 20. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. That's good for 28 yards.
A 28-yard.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
First down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On second down now. It's tackled. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Makes it 3rd and inches.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
Tackle made.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to...
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
To number 82.
From 3 yards out. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
Eluding the pressure right. It's the right side here, complete. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Second and 9 now. That ball complete to Isabella. The 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This one caught by Ridley. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown of the new season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game and a half that might provide a psychological boost. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
At the 47-yard line.
That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Operating from the gun, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
After the interception, here's Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin.
Watson's pass intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And here's Lewis. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Take over 1st down and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Akers to start the 3rd quarter on the ground. Past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. And it's caught. Touchdown. And Isabella, his second touchdown on the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
On third down, it's Gibson, and he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a fourth down.
Will Lutz on for the field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game.
31.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
3 brings up second and 7 at the 28-yard line.
From the gun, Watson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And the Seahawks.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
Watson's pass.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the
Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
49-yard line.
The give to Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in second and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. So now the throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
At the 44-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Watson going deep downfield for Ross. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. John Ross, 44 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score Snowhawks 31, Seahawks 17.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And then that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Able to find Isabella. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
10 at the 48-yard line.
No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. This one caught by Isabella. They'll give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll go again here with Akers. And he's got this down to the 35. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Going right back to Akers. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And this will complete on the slant route. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the gun, Watson. To the left side, it's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Snowhawks 38, Seahawks 24.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got him in, complete. And they'll take it in for the touchdown. Andy Isabella, 75 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. On 1st and 10, Watson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. From the red zone now, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Watson. Flush to his right. And it's caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
Made at the 25-yard line. They'll take over. 1st down and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. The Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. This is taken at the 23. And it'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Good win.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. He'll find Taylor, that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards.
Out of the gun, Watson.
Down Seattle.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score Snowhawks 52.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. And that looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On first down, Akers. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
35-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1. Today's final score, Snowhawks.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.